Fox said, "Yeah, we want you," and then he runs up to the camera and he's like, "Fuck you, Fox," or like head.
I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah, just like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, how? I can't imagine any big upper person seeing that and be like, "Yep, we'll allow that. That's not going to cause us any problems."
Not only that, but he even took a shot at the state the MCU is in right now, where he's like, "Yeah, they're bringing me in at their low point." It's like,
said,
that's saying their shit sucks right now.
And then with the multiverse, he gave that
shit
speech
about the multiverse.
Yeah,
but I mean, what I was saying that like about it not being, it's not serious in terms of like in the context of being like a Marvel hero movie, like in addition to Marvel, like it's
right.
It's in a separate world.
It did not.
It's a whole separate.
MCU.
There's no. I honestly could not see. Like Deadpool is good in its own world. Like I couldn't see it really intertwining in a serious way with anything else because it's too like their jobs are different. Like the Deadpool movie series, their job is different. Like you have to get for the MCU like movies to work. You have to be in that world. Like they have to pull you into that world, but Deadpool literally breaks the fourth wall every 5 minutes. So it's like you're not gonna be able to focus on fucking like Kang and then have Deadpool say like Jonathan Majors beat his ass. Like you're not gonna be able to think
Should be
about
hilarious.
it. Like it would be funny, but it would ruin the.
I mean, I don't know because if you take it like the comic book version, because he does in the comic books as well.
It's not comic books though,
but it's based off the comic books.
The Marvel universe is not based off the comic books.
100% based off the comic book.
You literally were the one that said Thanos in it. Thanos, the main
what
villain
I mean
for
is
the first.
It's still a comic book adaptation.
But this is what they're doing with the movies is different than what they do with the comic books. So like
storyline wise, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they have to get you to buy into that world, and then you can't do that as a movie and then incorporate someone who brings in real life situations.
But what I'm saying is like they do that in the comics where it's like, you have to buy into this situation where it's a world-ending event for them, and you have Deadpool there, and he's still breaking the fourth wall, where he's like, "Don't worry, the next panel's got us good." And they just go, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro?" And then they get to the next panel, he's like, "See, we're good," and they just ignore him completely. They're just like, "Bro, you're fucking insane. Like, you don't make sense."
But that's a comic book.
Yeah, but you can do it with the movies as well, and in a very easy and clean way where they do just fucking ignore them. Like, we don't know what you're talking about. They don't know because they're not fourth wall breaking beings.
But that's not what he does.
Well, what I will say, because I get exactly what you're saying, a comparison that I would give would be She-Hulk. The way that She-Hulk was made was fourth wall. She was the first fourth wall breaker.
Yeah, I was about to say
first one to come and do that in the comic books. And so her show, it got to a point where she was scrolling the fucking Disney Plus menu. Like, so I get what you mean. Like, if, in a context of Avengers fighting, it's like, is Deadpool just gonna pull out like a fucking mallet, like Bugs Bunny or some shit? But I can see it as in terms of like a cameo or just. He would have to be sidelined. I couldn't imagine him being.
He couldn't be a
first.
Character.
Yes,
yeah,
I get what you mean. But how he would do it, if so, for a cameo example, would be like how they did in animated Spider-Man or Ultimate Spider-Man. There was an episode where Deadpool was in just that episode. I think he was in a couple episodes, but when he gets in there, he like takes over because like obviously Spider-Man has his monologue, but then Deadpool takes over and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm the monologue today."
Good
and he's
episode.
like he's breaking the fourth wall, so it's like goofy. And Spider-Man's like, "What the fuck?"
But what I'm saying though, in the context of like an MCU thing, even in animated Spider-Man is one thing. The MCU was 95% serious.
Oh yeah.
Like you're
it made
like
sense.
like where would you put him in there? Like like when there was comedic relief, like they had their fucking funny moments. Like Guardians had funny moments.
Spider-Man.
Like the fucking that part in one of the Avengers where Thor and fucking what's his name?
Rocket?
No,
Peter Quill.
Peter. They were like standing, they were having like a face off or some shit like that. Like that part was funny, but like the funny moments are few and far between, and Deadpool is just funny.
Well, I think I think that's kind of where. Well, no, they still do a kind of a decent job at his serious side as well, because his serious side does come out often, but only in like dire moments. But I think what they'd have to do, because he's definitely gonna be in Secret Wars, so there's no stopping that. I think they have to learn how to balance him with the rest of everyone else, to where it's not overdone, to where it's kind of just like. In my opinion, they have to read a comic. They'll have to read Deadpool comics where he is with other people. Like, there's a whole Spider-Man Deadpool run. That one's fan-fucking-tastic. Currently, he's with Taskmaster right now, and they're doing mercenary shit together. So, like, you're going to have to read comic books where he does interact with other heroes. And, like, perfect ones, they got Deadpool versus Hawkeye, Deadpool versus Punisher, Black Panther, Wolverine, all these stories where he's interacting with other people. And I think as long as they take that version and like how he interacts with them there, and they incorporate that into the movies, I think they'll be fine. Because again, it's few and far between when he breaks the fourth wall in the comics, because he breaks the fourth wall, but it's like it makes sense in the moment for that comic.
For that comic.
So if they do that, because you can, just like the comics, you can adapt it to the movie. You just have to figure out how you're going to do it. This movie was just like Deadpool 3 was just paying homage to all the history that Fox has built with their movies, and not just Fox, because Blade wasn't under Fox, if I'm not mistaken. What was Blade under?
No, I think they were.
Was Blade under Fox? I think they were. Wes, could you fact check us real quick, my friend? But and check for Elektra as well, please and thank you.
Wait, that was Fox.
Well, we're just gonna have Wes double check real quick. But I don't remember which one they were under. I just know that Blade saved the Marvel universe movie wise. But I think they were just it was like that movie was just to pay a homage to all of those old movies that no longer like have a home. And it ended up giving them a home because their timeline didn't die.
Yeah.
They're not in the MCU. Everybody thought that this movie was going to bring them over to the MCU, and it didn't. And I think that's where Secret Wars is going to be. Blade was New Line Cinema. Thank you. What was Elektra? Fox. Okay, just want to make sure. So yeah, Blade wasn't Fox, New Line Cinema, but I think they were just paying homage to kind of like what came before. You know, the hits and the misses, because Elektra was a miss, and Blade was a hit till 3.